Okay, we're back for another video. Let's have some fun. I'm going to interview Nathan. He's going to interview me. Now, firstly, to introduce us, you know me, luck, intuition, a bit of confidence as well, but mainly it's just about luck and intuition, workshops and stuff.
Don't go. This confidence is my territory, all right?
All right,
Don't step on my territory.
I won't step on his territory because Nathan is an expert in confidence. And tell us also what other stuff you do, please.
So I focus a lot on confidence, communication, but primarily public speaking. So helping people develop, good public speaking skills. How they can win over their audience, how they can structure, nail a speech, how they can mostly become authentic. Because let's face it, the most interesting people and the people that really attract your attention are authentic. So how to develop authenticity?
Can't argue with that. That sounds awesome. And also his website, nathanberriman.com. Check that out. So we're going to ask each other questions. So maybe we've made some questions for each other. I'm asking him questions about his field. He's asking me questions about my field. So let the quiz begin. Let's do it.
Do you want to go first?
You want me to ask you? Okay.
Shoot,
I'll ask you a question.
Let's do
okay.
it.
Nathan, what makes a good public speaker?
Whoa, broad but good. So to me, what makes a good public speaker is going back to what we just said, authenticity, right? So when I started public speaking, one of my favorite public speakers of all time is Les Brown. Now, when I started public speaking, I had my own message. I had my own story, but I was talking in the shadow of Les Brown because I was trying to deliver a speech in the same way he would. And I realized that actually I was stunting my own growth. And I realized when I watch a lot of other speakers, they could have golden content, really good content, but you just switch off if you just don't find them authentic. So to have what makes a good public speaker is authenticity combined with a compelling story. I mean, let's think about some of the best speeches of all time. Martin Luther King, I Had a Dream. Why was his speech so compelling and why did it win over everybody? Not only because he was authentic, but also because he used his children in the speech. I had a dream that my daughter or my son could hold the hands of, think of the best speeches of all time. Who's your favorite speaker? Watch them. It's because they're authentic. Gary Vaynerchuk, one of my favorite speakers. He's authentic as hell because not only his accent, but he will let you have it stone cold. He's not afraid to swear. He's not afraid to give you his brutal, honest opinion. So become authentic and have a compelling story.
Awesome. Sounds good. That's how you that makes a good public speaker. Okay.
Right, I'm going to chuck a question at Charles. I hope you guys enjoy. How would you define luck?
How would I define luck? Okay. Luck is something that you do. Luck is a doing thing. There is always a river going by, a river of opportunity. Now, you don't have to fish in that river, but if you prepare your fishing gear, if you prepare a net, if you're smart and make a super duper net, you're going to bring home a lot of fish. Another person is going to have a poor rod. He's going to go off to that river and he's not going to catch anything. And he's going to come back and he's going to say, some people have all the luck. But the fact is, I think everyone's got equal luck. It's about how we approach a situation. It's the behaviors we use, but it's also about following our intuition. That's the magical part of luck. So our intuition is our subconscious. Our conscious does not communicate with our subconscious very well. We dismiss intuition as wishful thinking. I think a lucky person, they prepare the rod, but they follow the intuition as well. The intuition tells them which river to fish in. I hope that answers your question.
No, it does. And I think just for the audience watching, I think what you're touching on as well is how to become resourceful with opportunities. Is that what you're trying to say?
Oh, absolutely.
So I think just to add into that, there's something in the back of our heads. I don't know if you know, it's called the reticular activating system, known as the RAS, right? Now, basically what that is, you'll find that the most successful people in life have a great awareness. Okay, now your awareness is substitute to your RAS. So basically, the wider your RAS, so it looks like this, right? Where the fluid flows in the middle. Now, people with a wide RAS, it looks like this. So more fluid goes through. They have a wider concentration. So they're able to see more opportunities. This is also links to ADHD. I read a book called The Answer where it explains this, where actually it says when the RAS is more closed, it's harder for the fluid to get in, so people have a very short attention span. So I think adding into that, the RAS is actually responsible for how you actually see opportunities around you, how you become more resourceful and more aware. So yeah, I definitely recommend you check that out. It ties straight into what you just said. I think that's brilliant.
Awesome. Well, are you ready for another question?
Hit me.
Okay. Nathan. And I want to know this, and I think everyone wants to know this. How do you start a speech?
How to start a speech? That's a great question. So I think there's two really powerful ways to start a speech. Now, one of them is very typical that I tend to steer away from, and it's kind of a safety way to start a speech, and that is to start with a quote, because you get your audience thinking. But having said that, the way that I like to start a speech is with a deliberate question. Because what I like to do, if I start a speech asking the audience a question, everybody's engaged. Everybody has started to think straight away. You've got their attention. And the reason you start a speech with a question, because if you structure a speech well enough and you hit the point, you should finish with that question as well. The same question. So start with a question. As you go around your speech, it should give them the tools, pieces of information to get them to go where they need. And then when you ask the question at the end, they should have the answer. If you ask of a question, it's a great way to get their attention, great way to structure a speech, and a great way to finish.
Love it. Well, that's some take-home advice right there. That's brilliant.
Thanks, mate. Well, are you ready for your next question?
I'm ready as I'll ever be. Let's do it.
Are you sure?
No.
Yeah. No. Right, ready. Let's do it.
Confidence is your field, isn't it?
It is. So I think a lot of the audience here watching would want to know this. How can somebody become lucky today? Today. How can they start becoming lucky?
Okay. A person becomes lucky today by firstly accepting that there is an endless stream of opportunity right there in front of them and expecting luck. Expecting luck is a key component of switching on luck. Luck is something that needs to be activated. You can become incrementally better at becoming lucky because luck is actually a habit. That's right. Luck is a habit that is, it's a reward for habits that are expressed. And if you want to start becoming lucky today, you need to start expecting luck and realizing that you are actually a very lucky person, that you have been very lucky in your life. Think about the things that have happened in the past, reframe them in a way that is positive if they were negative, and say, well, hang on. If that hadn't have happened, I wouldn't be in this golden opportunity today. I would be somewhere else, perhaps even dead in a ditch. I mean, who knows? So start realizing that you're lucky and opportunities will manifest. The subconscious will start approaching all your problems in your life from a completely different direction. And I think that's how you start being lucky today.
That's brilliant, because I just want to go back to, what is that thing you said? Luck is a reward for habits expressed.
Yes, luck is a reward. Exactly, a reward which occurs when you start expressing different habits.
That's a slap in the face to get you in the right direction. That's gold. Is that original?
Yeah, that's original.
That's gold. That is gold. I love that. So, is it your question or my question?
It's my question. So, final question for Nathan. How do you win over the audience?
Potentially one of my favorite questions. So this is a really key thing. Now listen, when you've got an audience, if it's 10 people, 20 people, or 100 people, or 1,000 people, you're going to have 3 types of people in that room. Now, we all have heard, may not quite understand, but there are 3 learning personalities. You've got visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners, right? Now, if you want to win over your audience, it's not enough to appeal only to the visuals. It's not enough to appeal only to the auditory. And it's certainly not enough to appeal to only the kinesthetics. You've got to appeal to all three. Now, the way you do that is you've got to understand how they learn. Now, this is really powerful and very simple when you know what the different personalities are, okay? So visual learners, speaks for itself. They learn by visuals. You might use a YouTube video. You might use visual material, visual handouts to help engage their attention. Auditories, you might have to play a small audio. Kinesthetics, they appeal to a story that you tell. This is why you need to have a really compelling story, because auditories learn by feeling. So when you know how to pitch to both all three of the visuals, the auditory and the kinesthetics, you will hit every single member of your audience. That's how you win your audience over. Now, just to summarize that in the last couple of questions we've had, you have to be authentic. You have to move with purpose, because your body, if you're standing still in the center of the stage, you've lost your audience. I don't care how powerful your speech is. If you're not moving with purpose, you're not attracting their attention. People have a short attention span of around 90 seconds, according to a book, How to Make People Like You in 90 Seconds or Less. Brilliant book. You've got to use all three personalities, understand all three personalities, use all three strategies to win your audience over.
Well, it's almost as if everyone's actually, although we're all speaking English, everyone's actually speaking a different language, which I suppose...
Essentially, yeah. That's right.
That's why misunderstandings happen as well, right?
Well, there's a really powerful section to that. So, if you're in a relationship right now, okay, and let's say you're a visual learner, you and your girlfriend or your boyfriend is a kinesthetic, and you find that when you're arguing, you're not seeing the same eye to eye, you're not seeing the same situation, and you argue for hours, it's because you're talking different languages. Now, if your boyfriend or partner is a kinesthetic learner, they'll say this: I don't think you understand how I feel. And if you're a visual learner, you'll say, but you don't see what I'm saying. You need to speak their language and say, you know what? I want to understand how you feel. Tell me how you feel. You will diffuse the argument because you're talking their language. It applies to public speaking.
Awesome. That's some Stephen Covey type advice also at the end there about, I think he said something like, seek to understand before you make yourself understood.
Oh, that's powerful.
And that was in 7 Habits. And and apparently that helps you just get along through life as well. But
yeah, powerful stuff, yeah.
Love it. Now, did I have another question?
Last one, guys. Finish with the king himself. You guys are going to know this. If you want to know how to materialize luck, you're going to love this next question. Charles, how can people eliminate bad luck?
How can people eliminate bad luck? It all ties into reframing past experiences that prevent us from accessing that stream of opportunity. So we don't go to the stream because the last time we went to the stream 6 years ago, it was raining and we got cold. So it's easier to sit in front of the TV and be warm than to suffer that bad experience again, because not only did we get cold, there were no fish there that day. But thing is, we have to accept that was actually our past and it wasn't reality. What happens to us in our past is one experience. There are 6.5 billion people in the world now, and everyone has a completely different experience. Everyone sees the world completely differently. Let me assure you of this. Everyone's experience of everything is different. So we have to accept that there is always a new experience going to happen. Although we're learning, we should reframe the past in just a really good way, become more resourceful. Now, there are some other habits. It's about becoming inquisitive. It's about becoming zestful, which means you're always prepared to step out of the comfort zone. And it's also about having the energy to step out of the comfort zone. So you should be doing something you love. And that's very important as well. Now, I hope that's answered that question.
Oh, definitely.
Hopefully that can eliminate bad luck. Pete, yeah, go on.
No, I was just going to ask, so would you say that one primary factor of bad luck as well comes back to mindset? So somebody who has a very fixed mindset, and then somebody who's lucky would have a growth mindset.
Absolutely. And although I use different terms to Nathan, he's absolutely right. A growth mindset is a mindset, I suppose, which is always stepping outside and breaking the comfort bubble.
That's right. That's exactly right.
I think we should make the whole world our comfort zone. And if the whole world isn't our comfort zone, we're in one. And it's outside the comfort zone where the magic happens, and that's where the luck happens as well. I mean, imagine if you were able to work up the guts to attend a conference where you know there were certain billionaires in attendance and you also had the guts to network with them. Would that improve your luck? It would. All it is a comfort zone, a tearing of the comfort zone. You got to get out of it, and once it's torn, that's it. That's it. So break through that fabric, and then your luck will change. It's breaking habits.
It's gold. So to finish this video, look at us, look at me. You do not suit the comfort zone. Get out of it. I think that's how you make luck. That's how you become a good public speaker. Step out the comfort zone.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you got a lot out of that. We've tried to put a lot into that. We've asked each other some difficult questions. I hope the answers were good for us. I hope they were good for you too. And catch you next time. Now, Nathan, your website
is www.nathanberriman.com. Berriman is Berriman. Same as my YouTube channel, same as my Patreon. Facebook, check me out, guys. Look forward to seeing you. If you've got any questions, message me and I'll be happy to reply.
Awesome. And I hope to catch you doing some public speaking again, because that's your specialty and very engaging. Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Cheers.